Hi everyone, welcome to my first ever YouTube tutorial. I've been doing this for a really long time, so now that I'm staying home with my kids, it's allowed me the freedom to be able to be artistic in another way other than working at a makeup counter and doing makeup on people. So I'm really excited about this new adventure. Okay, so this is going to be a series of makeup where I'm just kind of going over like an everyday natural look. So just get ready with me every day, kind of simple. You can do whatever you want with it. And you know, the cool thing about makeup is there's not a ton of rules, which is awesome, and I love that. So let's get started to get ready with me. Okay, the first thing that I always start with is eyes. So I'm obviously not wearing any makeup now. I did do my skincare earlier. I will say in advance that I'm using Proactive because I don't have the Senegence skincare yet to try. I will have that in the future, and I will do another video later on about the Senegence skincare, and I'll do before and after pictures on all of my social media. So Simply Glam, you can find me on Facebook and you can find me on Instagram under that, and I will have the before and after pictures of the skincare so we can really see the results. I will always be truthful, so anytime that I'm doing makeup or I don't like something or I love something, I will say it, and I don't put filters on my social media. Let's get started. Okay, I always start with my eyes because that's how I was trained. I worked for MAC for a really long time, and we always started with eyes with MAC because if there is fallout, if you're doing any type of powder products, but even with these, you will find, I tested it the first time and I was like, oh my goodness. I will have a situation, and I'll show you in a minute what my situation is when I get further down into my eye makeup. Now, I probably would leave at this point without brow makeup because I don't always have time. So I would do that, but for these purposes, I do want to show you brows because they do frame the whole face, and I think it is really important to do your brows. So I have not gotten the hang of the Senegence brow product, although it is waterproof and it stays amazing, which is really important for me. I haven't gotten the hang of it yet, so I'm gonna play with it and I will show you. However, I am using my NYX microbrow pencil. I love this pencil. I started using it when actually before I started even working for NYX. It's been about 2 years, and I was looking for a less expensive replacement for my MAC lingering pencil, and this is like half the price. So I love this pencil. And it has a little like spoolie on the end so you can comb out your brows. Super easy. And I can like kind of do like little hair, like make it look like little hairs. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm losing my mind. Make it look like little hairs. So I do like that pencil a lot. Now I just underlined my brow. So I'm like shaping my brow basically. And if I do my brows, I normally always do it this way. So the second thing I'm going to do is put a little bit of concealer. Now, I got the light concealer for Senegence, however, I don't love it. It's not light enough for me. So I ordered a Shadow Sense, which is a cream eyeshadow from Senegence, in a white and snow. And I think that one mixed with Candlelight Shadow Sense, which is also a cream eyeshadow, I think that under my brows will do the trick, and I won't have to use my matte concealer anymore. But I do like Pro Longwear matte concealer. I put a little bit on my hand. So my little Pro Longwear matte concealer, and I do one shade lighter than my skin tone. So I literally take a little angled brush, or a flat brush would work too, and I just do a line right underneath that line that I created for my brows. Now, if you have great brows, don't fill them in. Leave them. Why bother? I fill my brows in because I don't have good shape. I do this because I don't have good shape. so I'm creating shape. And the other cool thing too is if you pluck your eyebrows, which I do, and you have a little bit of outgrowth, or even if you wax and you're like growing them out, you can actually do this. So I pull down my concealer. You'd actually do this instead of having to get your brows done before you do your makeup, which is nice. And I think I missed tweezing one of my hairs now that I'm in this lighting and I can see what the heck is going on. It's okay though. Okay, when I started doing this, eventually, I don't even want to do my brows though. Eventually I want to get microbladed, and I think I have a friend that does it, so I think I might do a video of her microblading my brows eventually, because I don't want to fill in my brows, and it's something I have to do every single day, and I can make it quick, but it'd be so much easier if somebody could just fill them in, touch them on, and I don't have to deal with it ever again. That would be awesome. So this is the Senegence Brow Sense in tone. This is blonde. I was gonna say it's taupe. No, this is light. Just kidding. So the light one, I feel like I just may have the wrong color, but anyways, what you want to do, it looks like a little eyeliner brush, and so what you want to do is you just want to press it and push it into your brows, basically. The only problem with this is I feel like on the outer edge, I can't get the shape that I normally have with it. So I did order a shadow sense, which is the cream eyeshadow again, that I'm gonna try instead of this. But this is cool because I can make little hairs on the inner corner and make it look like really natural, which I do like that, and it has a little spoolie on the end, so if I mess up, I can really quickly, until, like, once it dries, it's waterproof though, and then you're screwed. But until it dries, I can actually kind of go over it. There we go. In one of my other videos, what I'm gonna do for you is, right now I'm filling them in, but this is not normally this. I just want you guys to see it. This is not normally the steps that I do. So when I do my other video, I probably will have my eyes done and my eyebrow will probably not be filled in, because I normally fill the rest of it in after I do my face makeup. But I want you to be able to see exactly how I do it. So I'm just gonna take, because like I said, I don't know about that product yet. I can't get it to get my shape that I like love. So you'll see me filling it in later, again, in this series. And you'll know what I'm talking about. It may be confusing right now, but you'll know what I'm talking about when you see the video. So I'm just gonna take a little bit more of that concealer. This is an extra step. Now, the cool thing is you can skip any of these steps. You don't have to do any of this. Like I said, if your brows are good, don't do this. Don't fill in your brows unless you have to. I don't have a choice. I don't have enough eyebrows. So this is gonna look crazy in this video. So if you mess up, take a little bit of concealer and frame your eyebrows a little bit better. Okay, I'm not like totally in love with them, but I just wanted you guys to be able to see the products. It's okay. They're alright. We're gonna play with that shadow sense when I get it in though. Oh, and by the way, I'm using B Bella brushes. I've used Morphe, I've used MAC, I've used Bare Minerals, I've used NYX. I like them all. Okay, but I really like these brushes. They're awesome. Pretty good quality. None of them have fallen apart when I've cleaned them. For the price, they're really good quality. Okay, so I'm just gonna take, actually I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take a taper brush. I'm using Candlelight, which is a shadow sense, and the cream shadows are long lasting. All of these shadows, so all of Senegence products actually have Cineplex in it, which is a proprietary ingredient. It makes, including skincare, but makeup too, it makes all of our products like skincare. So it's anti-aging, basically, in layman's terms, which is awesome. So the only things that don't have it is the brow scent. So what I did on my brows, the lip product, when I do that later, and then the mascara is conditioning, but it doesn't have Cineflex, and the eyeliner, the eye scents, which I'm not going to do today either. So really quick, I buffed a light color all over my eyelid to brighten, especially if you're a little bit darker or red. It's awesome. I can talk about that in another video too, like different skin tones, what you should do to cancel out color, like color correcting. But for time purposes, I just want to make this like kind of short and sweet. So I could leave it like that. I would be comfortable leaving it like that. Maybe putting some mascara on and going out for the day. Like I said, I have 3 kids. Nobody's got time to be doing their makeup all day long. I definitely don't. Okay. So again, I'm using my hand as a palette. I'm doing now another shadow scent. It's called Mulberry. I'm going to do that in my crease. So I'm just going to keep it real simple. Like so. And like I said, you don't have to do this. The reason why I'm kind of like buffing back and forth and doing like little circular motions in my crease, I want the color to be more pronounced in my outer edge of my crease, but I do want it to look airbrushed. So by me pulling it back and forth, and these are awesome. Creams don't normally blend this well, and these blend really well. So the reason why I'm doing it so much is because I want it, like I said, to look airbrushed. Okay, so this is why I do my eyes first, because if there's like a little bit of like fallout, I can normally take a wipe and clean it up. However, I found in the first time I did my makeup with these products that you cannot do that. My wipes don't work, which they've worked with everything else I've ever used to like really create like this defined corner or edge. Does not work with this product because the product is it's too long lasting. It's water resistant. It's not going to budge or move. So I ordered some Fruits, which is a makeup remover that I will be using in the future to remove those old situations. Okay, now if I wanted a little bit more definition, I would take a flatter brush, not a tapered brush, and I would take that Candlelight and I would go, if I wanted it to be a little bit brighter, I would just go right back over the top after I did my lid color. Really important. And if you want to do a cut crease, this is an awesome way to do a cut crease too. I'll do cut crease eventually with in one of my tutorials with Senegence products, so you can see that you can do it with cream products. So, brightened it up a little bit, right? Okay. And then 2 last steps in doing my eyes. I have an eye shape that is definitely a little bit smaller. And really, you only need the smallest amount of product. I just put width, like that is way too much product that I just put on my hand. Don't do that much. But you need the smallest amount of product and, oh, that's what I was saying. So my eye shape is a little bit smaller, so I like to have my eyes defined. So if I was going to do my eyeshadow, I would do a little bit of an eyeliner. And so this is called Garnet. And it's another shadow scent, so I'm using a shadow scent as eyeliner because I don't have the liquid liner yet. Honestly, liquid liner is not my favorite though anyways. I'm not the biggest fan. So I most likely will end up using shadow scents in black when I do like wing liner and all that stuff. I will probably do that because I like a gel liner and I like to use a brush. And again, I think that comes back to like how I was trained. I was saying earlier, I was trained to start with my eyes. Well, when I worked for MAC, we always started with eyes. I don't know how they train now because that was a while ago. But yeah, we started with eyes and then we worked our way down. And that's in case there was like any fallout. So it looks kind of funky because I don't have face makeup on. And I think that's most of the time what people don't start with eyes because then it throws them off. Even when I was doing people's makeup, it would throw them off. Like they wouldn't like their eye makeup because they didn't have face makeup on. And so if they had a really dramatic eye, they'd be like, ooh, that does not look the cutest. So yeah. Anyways, okay, see how simple? And you want to do small strokes. Don't do this big old line. The most important thing is to take it and not do that because you're gonna get like some weird, crazy business, but just little small strokes like this. It'll allow you to get a nice even line instead of it looking like you skipped pieces of it. And you can get it more defined too. Okay, so last step is mascara. So this one is the Undersense and Lash Sense by Senegence. The Undersense is really conditioning. Now, my eyelashes, I have a problem with them falling out if they don't like what I put on them. So when I worked for MAC, I could only use one of their mascaras, which was the X mascara because it had rose water in it, which was conditioning. When I worked for Bare Minerals, I feel like my lashes didn't really like that mascara that much, any of them. Lash Domination at the end is what I used, but I feel like my eyelashes didn't really agree with it. So far, I've not had a problem with my eyelashes falling out with this. And surprisingly enough, NYX was the least expensive and I didn't really have problems with my eyelashes falling out with their mascaras. Okay, so now I wiggle at the base and I lift it through. So I don't let it dry, I don't let that Undersense dry, I put the mascara right over the top of it. Otherwise it's like too dry and the mascara does not go on good, for me at least. So wiggle at the base, lift, wiggle, lift. That way you deposit a ton of color at the base and you get, oh, I have a big chunk at the base though. And then you get a nice long, non-chunky lash. And lashes are not my best friend because I just don't like lash glue. I'm just not a fan, which I know everybody loves false lashes because they love how they make your eyes look. That's not me. But I got some magnetic lashes, so I'm gonna play with those. Once I learn how to really figure them out, I'll do a tutorial on that, which is super exciting. You see how like you can get this pretty dramatic. I mean, it's a natural mascara, but oh no, I don't like it. See that? Compared to the other one. Woo! Okay, and so let me do the bottom, and that's it for eyes. And like I said, don't be surprised when I have the same makeup on in another tutorial and my brows aren't finished, and I go back and finish my brows because that's how I normally do it. So that is probably how I will do it. And I make the funniest face when I do my mascara. It just, I don't know if it's scientific, I don't know what the heck it is, but everybody does it. I have done makeup for like 16 years and there's not one person that has kept their mouth shut while I'm doing mascara on them. So I do it myself, other people do it when I'm doing their makeup. It is what it is.
Say what?
Alright, well, I hope that was informational, and if you guys have any questions, please comment below. Honestly, now that both eyes are done, I probably spend the most time on my eyebrows. That's like the one thing that I obsess over because I love eyebrows, but this isn't my favorite. It's fine. I can do it better. But I wanted you guys to see how I do them. And once I play around with this product a little bit more, I'll be able to definitely have a better example of what my eyebrows normally look like. But since this is new product, it's kind of hard for me to get the exact way that I normally do them. Anyways, so that's eyes. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions or comments, please comment below. You can always find me at So Simply Glam. I said this earlier, on Facebook, and you can also find me at Instagram. And I want to show you guys one more thing. Okay, so this is my Pro Longwear concealer, the MAC one, but this, I mean, I'm rubbing pretty hard. This is the Shadow Sense. It like does not move once it's on, and then this is the brow stuff. Does not move. Once it's on, it's on. It's crazy. Like not even on my hands. Insane. So I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for the next video, which is going to be face, in my Get Ready With Me series. Thanks. Bye. Toodles.